Ole Miss went over there to Texas A&M and pulled it off, man. 31-28 versus the Aggies in hostile environment. Okay. Um, it was the ground game, as my brother has been calling for, and they worked the dog shit out of Look, Mr. Judkins ran that ball 34 times
They did.
for 205 yards. That's 6 yards a carry, and he got a tub about that thing.
He
Okay.
did. He did.
Okay, let's talk about it, America. Now, but before we talk about it, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing to hit that button. You feel me? This is put it on some of the most entertaining sports show in the game. I am first letter. That is my brother, Tim G. Jacob. Okay. But T, they got it done, man. We were talking about, we expected them to be able to get it done. You said Texas A&M was sliding a little bit. Okay. I think I said the only thing I was worried about is the fact that he is on the road and the 12th man and everything that goes with that. But I would love to see. I'm gonna have to go on Twitter and type some shit in and see what they saying. The Texas A&M faithful saying about Jimbo Fisher. You know, somebody. Because I know during that game they put on the screen they were talking about how much it would cost if they bought his ass out. They don't just bring that up. But it would be a lot of money to you. It's a lot of money. I saw that shit, I lost it. They had a list of coaches and how many millions these motherfuckers would get if they got fired.
Hey, look, Matt Rule in Carolina.
How much? Everybody, all these folks were college coaches.
I know, but I'm just saying.
These was all collegiate motherfuckers. Well, these are institutions of higher learning. Okay,
it's just like that in the coaching realm, man.
That shit crazy, but
crazy.
But I would love to see what them folks saying over there about Jimbo right now, man. But what you think about Lane going to the ground? Lane Kiffin. Look what we talking about now.
And it's calling card this year.
It has, but it's looked like it had to be. Now what you said earlier this year that Mr. Dart ain't like that or something to that effect. I guess Kiffin watched your segment and say, you know what? I agree with this young man. Fuck it. I ain't gonna put it in the air. I'm gonna work the shit out of Judkins. And I hope that young man getting his NIL bag. Okay? Y'all Oxford folks, y'all better be giving that young man his NIL bag the way y'all working the shit out of this man over there.
Give him a car dealership deal or something. Do something.
Yes.
He had 25 last week against LSU.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is why these boys had a short shelf life once they get to the NFL. They already got this shit worked out of them in high school and college.
Yep. One, would I offer you a name like LaDainian Tomlinson, for instance?
That's just how goated he is. That he was able to play. About a decade in the league,
a decade, roughly.
Even though we know now TCU gave his ass that ball back in the
40
day.
times a game.
Yeah, but LT was different. But what were your thoughts on Liberty?
This was a game plugged into it about second quarter, and Ole Miss looked comfortable against an A&M defense now that a lot of people told me was pretty tough defense, especially up front. They got a lot of big recruits. That was one of the gripes that Saban had, was all the 4 or 5 star, well, definitely the 5-star D lineman that they brought in.
Hey, Kiffin took a shot at them boys in the little post game.
What did he say?
Kiffin was talking about, pretty good how well they ran against all them 5 stars. Kiffin stayed doing something. He had said that shit. He had said something going into that game they lost.
Against LSU?
He had said something before it. And then that set his ass up for all kind of memes.
There you go. Hey, this is Ole Miss football at its present. Okay, at presently speaking, this is what Ole Miss football is. Don't stray away from it. Jackson Dart threw the ball 34 times last week. This week, he threw the ball a smooth 20, I believe it was.
And they ran it 63 times.
And so that's my thing. Now, again, I get game scripts and sometimes teams take away stuff, and I get it. I got it. But this is who Ole Miss is right now. Mm-hmm. This is what they need to be going into the Bama game in 2 weeks, Arkansas, and then you got the Egg Bowl. This is who you are. Now, is this the Ole Miss I'm used to seeing over the years? Nope. Probably not since Deuce McAllister and Eli Manning have I seen this kind of run game. I'm gonna say a lot of times Ole Miss has been through the air. You go back, Javon Sneed, I believe it was QB. They was playing New Year's Day bowls and stuff. The Hugh Freeze days and all that, and now Hugh Kiffin. I mean, it's just that's what we used to.
Are we saying that Kippen is willing to adjust, to change his style to fit his personnel?
Okay. So when you look at your receiver room, which you've got two really good guys now, but okay, the dark kid, I need him to do things that my Altmaier kid just can't, whatever that may be. If it's feet, if it's mobility, cool. I need this kid, but I got to save him from himself. I can't make him a volume thrower. It's kind of like the whole thing with Dak. People talk about that a lot.
See that boy Dart went for another 17 carries for 95 yards.
If that's his calling card, that's his calling card. But if you're asking me, because I got the impression that this kid was a deliverer of the rock coming out of high school. This kid could just spin it. That's what I got, and he can, but maybe his feet are more valuable than him being the arm talent or whatever that is. He's just a kid that you want. I kind of like what I saw from him in this game, honestly, because he went and got the yards he needed to go get. He made the throws that he needed to make. And that to me will breed more success than trying to turn him into something that he's not. If this is his game where he play action, he gets the throw, the play is there, the coach put him in the right position to make the right play, boom. Because he did it all game long. He played a really good game tonight. And this is the kind of ball you want from this kid. So, you got Bama coming up in 2 weeks. Get healthy. Don't run Quashawn 34 times, even though you may need it against an offense like Bama. But I will say this. It's going to be some points in that one. If Ole Miss come to play ball, there's going to be some points in that game. Because Alabama defense ain't just no world beater like it's been years past. They're good. But when a team coming downhill at you 6-3 times a game, they liable to give some up. So it's going to be a good one. And it's at your house. It's at your house, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a statement game. This is another time I once again say to Lane Kiffin, you effed it up last week. You can make it right in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
It's a good thing that they got a bye. Because Mr. Judkins need to be in the damn ice tub for all of the 2 weeks. Because he was running physically too, you know what I'm talking about. He ain't like he just finesse with it. He got some bursts now. He had a run where I thought he was gonna get on down and get in the end zone, but the young man caught him from behind. Young man was about to horse collar him. Now I was like, oh shit, here come the horse collar. But I guess the young man thought about the rule and went ahead and tried to really, really hop on them and pull them on down instead of just horse collar them down. Back in the day, that kind of play,
that's gonna happen.
That's gonna be an ACL.
Yep.
And it's over with. But so that's a good rule that they took that out.
Yeah.
But other than that long run, it was a lot of physicality. You know what I'm talking about? But again, Dart, he ain't no Vicar, no Kyler Murray, and nothing like that. I ain't no Lamar Jackson. I ain't saying that. But he does utilize his feet pretty well. He get on down,
Yeah.
So if they can put a little something together, like you saying, just put a little something together through there, little something. He threw 3 touchdown passes.
Yep.
Just putting a little something, playing off all the runs, and then went over there and got it done in a hostile environment.
Got 2 really good receivers in Heath and Mingo. So I'm looking forward to next week, the 2 weeks from now. And you get those two guys on the outside to make plays, and Dart just make the right throws. And you keep Bama honest, because you don't want to just sell out on one thing. He's looking at Nick Saban is looking at the run game. He's like, all right, how am I gonna stop this? He got to be
He
asking the
probably
question.
gonna load that motherfucker up.
And he probably gonna load the box up. And if that's the case, Lane Kiffin, give your kid the right plays to make him successful. And then it's on the kid to make the throw. But put him in the right position. Put him in the right spot. And don't get cute. Don't try all this fourth down stuff and all that, and all these percentages and all that stuff. If you just ain't got the right play dialed up.
This is Mr. Get Your Popcorn Ready, T.
I know. It sound good.
I was gonna be anticipating that game, T.
You need to be right. Your mindset needs to be, I need to get one off Nick. Look, Sarkisian could have pulled it off earlier this year, but he didn't. This is your shot. Based on last year and the debacle that you had last year, the bag that was once tricked off last year. This is the year Bama can be beat.
Well, we'll see. We'll get into that one more so next week then. America, y'all chime in and tell us what y'all thought about Ole Miss going over there to Texas A&M, getting it done 31-28. And the score kind of misleading. They got Texas A&M got that late touchdown.
Right.
Ole Miss got the ball back and kind of just killed clock, and then punted it to them deep. Texas A&M didn't have the time to do shit, no timeout, and nothing like that. So, really, it was they won the game by more than just 3. It wasn't like Texas A&M was driving and they got a goal line stop to preserve the lead, nothing like that. Yeah. So, it was a good solid win over there in Texas A&M.
Yep.
And again, Jimbo, a lot of money, Jimbo. Jimbo got the recruiting class. Maybe he can say, give me a little time to develop the recruiting class I just brought in. Let me develop the money y'all spent.
That's a hard thing to ask of A&M fans, and here's why. I'm gonna say this real quick, because you started out the year probably 6th in the country. Here it is. It says 6th in the country. You lost to App State. You barely lost to Miami. You barely beat Miami. You just got by Arkansas. You got blasted by Mississippi State. Lost a close one to Bama. And then from there, it's just kind of, went downhill. But you've had a class come in of defenders, all them 5-stars we just talked about. And then you brought in a kid that was supposed to be your guy, the QB, and then that didn't work out. And then you had the kid that transferred from LSU, who was supposed to be the guy, and he's not the guy. Then now this guy tonight, the kid tonight for A&M, played very well. Very well. And I think he was your 3rd guy. So it's like, okay, if I'm an A&M fan, I'm like, well, where was this kid all year? Because the question was A&M's offense for the first few weeks.
But Jimbo supposed to be the quarterback whisperer, though, ain't he?
Yeah.
Remember
He's kind of supposed to have that in his bag, but obviously he left it at some airport somewhere, because it ain't there. He ain't been in there in a while.
See that?
You got to come on with it.
Well, whew. That's a lot of money.
It was up on Bama, if I'm not mistaken. That's the other one. So
we're going to have to check into his record over the same amount of games versus Kevin Sumler's record. I'd love to see what that looked like. I'm going to have to check into that. We might be posting about that once we look that up.
He wasn't up on Bama, but you did know that.
He wasn't
up on Bama. He wasn't up on Bama. It was tip for tat, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Well, America, y'all chime in and tell us what y'all thought about the dub for Ole Miss. All right, put it on something.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?